Okay, I think we're live.
We're live.
Whoa, hey, we're live, everybody. Hey, everybody, this is Baker from Borderline Board Offline on the Beers and Boards game channel. And the other gentleman you're looking at here is Georgie. He's
Hey guys.
waving. Yeah, he said hey. And this is name in progress because why wouldn't that be our name? And yeah, so we struck out on every guest we tried to get on the show today. So y'all are stuck with just us two beautiful people. So we're just gonna have a good time talking about what we've been playing and what kind of games we're looking forward to. I have some shocking news about what's in the future for my gaming that Georgie is very excited about. And yeah, see, yeah, and yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So, oh, you know what we should do? We should send out a tweet and see if anybody wants to join the show, just like a random person. Get a rando.
Go for it, man. Why not? I've already tweeted about the show, but I will.
Oh,
Do
did
another.
you? Maybe I
Yeah,
shouldn't because then it'll be like then it'll be really upsetting when no one says yes. Let me come on the show.
to be fair, the time that we're doing it at is not convenient for most people. So, but it's worth it, man. Send out a tweet and just see if anybody wants to join. It should just be like free for
What
all.
language did you just tweet in, Georgie?
It seems to do that through Google Hangouts for some reason. It puts a random language. I have no idea why.
Do you even know what language that is?
I have no idea. I'm retweeting now.
Oh, that's probably like oh, check. Let's check. Huh. That's interesting. So, well, all our Czech friends know that Vlada Chvátil, who is a big fan of the show, from what I've made up, is now aware that the show has started.
I actually have no idea why it keeps doing that. I need to try and figure out why that is happening because it's actually quite frustrating. But never mind. Yeah, I'm just.
It might be frustrating. It's also it's a tad bit interesting and humorous.
There we go.
Well,
actual English language posted on Twitter now. So.
oh, is it okay? Well, let me tell you a little bit about how tired I am, Georgie. Before we start anything else, I told you I was brewing coffee, right? Well, we've got one of these single serve brewers, you know, the Keurig, and put the coffee in there. Pressed the brew, went away, did whatever I had to do, came back, and I was like, wait a minute. I was pretty sure I brewed my coffee, but there's no cup in the brewer. So surely I would not have pressed the brew button with no cup in there.
Yeah.
And then I look, and the little spill platter that's designed to just catch a little bit of coffee if you happen to spill it is completely full and overfilled with coffee because, yes, I did brew a cup of coffee with no cup in the brewer. So that's how my morning started. How's your day going?
Pretty good. It's my first day off in a little while.
Yes, because you got a new awesome job.
Yeah, it's tiring, but it's rewarding. So I am really, really enjoying it. It's just it's taken a lot of time out, so that's why there's been like a kind of lack of videos, lack of everything on the channel recently. But I plan to pick that back up. So with the UK Games Expo next week, there'll be a load of videos coming out from that. I'll have a load of videos coming out. Hopefully today, I should have 2 or 3 reviews. I'm not going to say 3. I'm going to say 2. Hopefully. And then I'm going to try and get a Kickstarter preview done next week as well.
Gotcha.
So for people who love spoilers, where's it gone? I will be doing a Kickstarter preview of this Statecraft.
What is that?
It appears to be. I haven't actually played it yet, so I can't physically say anything just because like I said, the new job's just been really taking it out of me and trying to get into the table has been difficult. But it's a political card game. So that sounds instantly right up my alley. It seems really interesting. The artwork looks kind of strange, different, I guess would be the best word.
Yeah.
Supposed to resemble like certain political parties, and yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a try and getting a preview up online for it. So,
Do you know from looking at the box there? You know if that's supposed to be like is it worldwide politics or is it a specific country or?
I believe it's worldwide, but I couldn't say 100% or not for it, to be honest. But looking at it, there does seem to be like a picture of a globe, like some of that
okay.
as well. So,
Cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
but then being called statecraft might just be like state political. I have no idea.
Maybe it's about just like in one individual state in the United States. That could be it.
It might be, but I'm pretty sure the guy's from the UK. So
maybe he's a history buff of the United States of America, but just one like Minnesota. He just likes Minnesota.
Oh,
that could be it. I mean,
I
no, probably not.
Probably not. No,
Okay.
With him being from the UK, he's probably much like me and has no idea in hell where Minnesota actually is.
Hey, you know what? Most Americans don't know how or where Minnesota is, so it's fine. That's one of our least known states. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's out in the West when we just started cutting squares into land and calling it a state. So,
oh, okay.
Colorado, Minnesota, South Dakota, they're all kind of the same.
Yeah, it just sounded like you were making up some sort of weird rhyme there.
Oh, really? No, Minnesota's a real state that actually exists.
No, I know it exists. Okay, so Baker, what have you been playing recently anyway?
Somebody sent me this game for my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a fan or something. I'm not sure who. No, Georgie sent me this for my birthday, which was awesome. Thank you, Georgie. And I was bummed because I didn't get to play it until yesterday for the first time. I actually took it. We went out of town. I figured it'd be a great game to try out with the family, and then one thing led to another. We never got around to it. And Red 7 is actually a ton of fun. I can't believe it took me this long to try it, considering that it's a small little game. Put it next to this. It's the same size as that box, so it's real easy to get a hold of. It's it's like a $15 game or something, and it is so much fun. It really has a lot of depth of strategy to it in a sense that you have like a beginner version of the game that you can play, and that's good for kids and stuff, and for adults that are not used to really getting into the gaming thing. And then on top of that, then you have advanced rules, and then on top of the advanced rules, you have optional rules that you can play with either the advanced rules or the beginner rules. I'm looking forward to introducing more and more people to it. For anybody that doesn't know how the game works, basically you've got these different cards, the different colors of the rainbow, and each color has a specific rule, and like this one says most different colors. So if that's the cards on top of the discard pile, then at the end of your turn, you have to be winning based on that rule. However, on your turn, you can play either cards down in front of you in order to be winning by that rule, or you can play cards onto the discard pile to change the rule to something like most of one color, or most cards below 4, and stuff like that. And it's a good time. So we got a couple of games of that in yesterday finally with a buddy of mine that's not a gamer and a buddy of mine that is a gamer. And I'm hoping to get the kid to play it this weekend with the wife. So also I've been playing Orleans. Have you played Orleans yet?
No, I have not. I do really, really want to play it though, especially the new version. The new artwork looks awesome.
Wait, new version of Orleans? What are you talking about?
Did you not see like the like reprint with new artwork?
No. What's happening here? Oh, I gotta look this up.
Yeah, I saw they were releasing, or they maybe have released already the new artwork for the game. So, but no, I haven't played it. I really, really like to play it. So how did you get on with it?
Oh, so anyway, yeah, it has pretty quickly become one of the favorites for me and Brandy. Brandy, as we have discovered recently, is very much a Euro gamer. So I'm trying to pick up games that kind of appeal to that aspect of gaming, and for her, because she has been enjoying those games a lot more, and she loves this game, and I was surprised at how much I love it too, which makes me think I have a little bit of Euro gaming in me as well. And so I don't know. I'm thinking about getting the expansion for it eventually, but that'll be a little ways down the road because I have something coming up in the future that's going to take a little bit of my gaming budget up, which Georgie has been very excited about. And what that is, everybody, is that Zaya Legends of a Drift System, which was a Kickstarter, has an expansion coming out called Embers of a Forsaken Sun, or Embers of a Forsaken Sun. And this Kickstarter is going. The expansion is going to add a solo campaign. I believe it's going to add 2-player rules, and it's going to balance out some issues that have frequently been talked about as problems with the base game. And as soon as I saw solo campaign and 2-player, or I assume 2-player rules. It doesn't say that on the website yet, but if you're going to have a solo campaign, it seems like you can play it 2 players as well. And when I saw that, I immediately knew I was going to back it. And the campaign starts on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. And basically, I'm going to be sitting on my computer waiting for the campaign to launch and immediately back it regardless of what's on the page.
Okay, so essentially Baker is going to get his first Kickstarter eventually.
Yep. I have always been opposed to backing board games on Kickstarter, and now Georgie's prophecy has come true. I'm proud of
this is
yourself,
like one of the most unlucky ones ever because you're backing it, and like the thing that you actually hate of waiting for the game might end up taking like a year and a half.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because Zaya was the release of Zaya, I want to say it was originally the plan was released in November of whatever year it came out, and it didn't come out until like August, the following August or something. So no, something terrible is happening. Georgie is that's his computer. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, no worries.
Whoa, what just happened? He got attacked.
Yeah, I got attacked by the wife. So.
hello, the wife.
Baker says hi.
Hey, Baker.
Hey.
He's making me work.
He's making you work?
You work and earn money for this house.
Gotcha.
That's gonna bite you. That's gonna bite you when you get off the internet here, Georgie.
No, she'll be at work.
Oh, she'll be gone by. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, she'll be all right.
Love you.
You muted? Did you just mute saying I love you? You can't. She said I love you, and then you muted it, and you said it back to her.
I didn't say I love you back. You don't know why. You don't know what I want to say back. What I said back to her.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. Maybe it wasn't appropriate for the channel. All right. Good point. Moving on.
Okay, so yeah, so you've been playing Red 7. You're looking forward to getting Zaya. Have you managed to play anything else, or you've been like me, busy and not much going on?
I have been pretty busy. This has been a pretty good month. I got a game of Winds of Fortune in yesterday too, which is the game that I'm currently focusing on my channel. So that was cool. My buddy really liked that one a lot, actually. Winds of Fortune is basically a card combat game. There's a spatial element to it because you're moving the cards around on the board, and you are basically the world has had some sort of apocalypse where now the world is mostly covered in water. And
I remember you did a speaking for that.
Yeah. I did like a prototype preview for it. This is what the final box ends up looking like. And the gameplay for this game is really, really cool. I like the gameplay a lot. There's a few issues with the graphic design and a couple other little things, which I'll talk about whenever I get into my final review of it on the channel. But the gameplay has always been something that I've really liked, and my buddy that played it with me yesterday really liked it a lot. So we'll see how that goes when I get to the review and everything.
Is it a 2-player only, or does it go like?
Yeah, well, I think it technically has 4-player rules, but it has 3 and 4-player rules the same way Summoner Wars has 3 and 4-player rules, and it's really not. It's a 2-player game. So,
cool. What have I been playing recently? I managed to get a couple of games in of Schrodinger's Cats, which was another Kickstarter game. It's like a bluffing game where you everyone gets like hands of cards, and you're essentially bluffing your way up to say. I mean, it's very guessy as well. So you're just saying, well, you have like dead cats, alive cats, Heisenberg cards, and if you have like 4 dead cats in your hand and you're playing 3-player, then you think to yourself, well, there's at least 4 dead cats here, so I'm going to bid 4 dead cats. And then some people can bid either a higher amount of alive or dead cats, or they can bid like a set number of empty boxes, which comes on there's like a grid thing that you can look at. And the Heisenberg cards count as wilds. And then if somebody thinks you're lying, or there's no possible way that's the number that's there, they can say prove it. And you can then, everyone reveals their cards, and you count up how many alive cats. Say I bid like 5 alive cats. You count up how many alive cats there is in everyone's hands.
So this is a little bleak. It's a little dark. All the dead cats running around in that game.
The artwork kind of makes up for it. Let's see. I've got it here actually. Whoa, that was close.
I mean, it sounds like a cool game though.
Yeah, it is a cool game. And there are all sorts of little like really funny pictures in it where there's like Stephen Hawking, and so there's like character cards as well, but they're all scientists, but meowed and catted and everything else to it. So it's quite a fun little game. What else have I been playing recently? Agent Hunter. We got a couple of games of that 2-player game in. Again, that's like
I've heard of that, but I don't know much about how it plays.
That's like a 2-player bluffing game as well, to be honest. It's mainly you have 3 cards set in front of you with a safe house. Everyone has the same number of cards, so you have numbers 0 to 9, I believe. And you choose what cards you want to lay down in front of your safe house. And then, so you have 3 in front of you, the other player has 3 in front of you, and then you decide who goes first. And then the player who goes first plays a card down and says, is that card in that safe house a 3? And then they need to tell you whether it's higher or lower. And then if you're wrong, then that card you've played comes back into your hand. So, and essentially, it's a deduction game, because then that player knows that in your safe houses, it's not a 3 in all 3 of the ones that you've got. And you're trying to work out who's got like what cards are in their safe house, and you can like change the cards in your safe house, and you can only do a certain amount of times, but. And then once you catch somebody's agent in a safe house, you need to lay those cards together. So then you know that none of yous have got the 7. So say you played like a 7 and somebody else, then you know that none of yous have got that card in your hand or in your safe houses. So yeah, more deduction.
Nice.
It's a short, fun game. It is really fun. I do enjoy it. So hopefully I might get a review of that one up today as well, actually. Just because it's short, it's fun, and it's really enjoyable. We played Rhino Hero again. At my in-laws' house. They really seem to enjoy it. So
that one looks like a lot of fun. I feel like my kid would love that game too. Like we could all play as a family, and that would go over real well.
Yeah, man, it's a super fun game. We got at 14 stories high, and we actually ran out of wall cards.
Whoa!
That was crazy.
You're gonna make an expansion?
What, an expansion for Rhino Hero?
Yeah, it'll just be called More Walls, and then.
It was really fun. Really enjoyed it. I was gonna try and get like Codenames or Resistance on the go as well. But we ended up playing Rhino Hero like 5 or 6 times because they were enjoying it so much. So I didn't really want to.
Sure, no reason to stop playing something everybody's enjoying, especially when it's a group like that.
Yeah, exactly. And
Now,
I play
Codenames.
Tanabe. Oh, go.
No, I was going to say, because I remember your review of Codenames, you weren't a huge fan of it. Have you warmed up to it, or do you just realize that it's something that's pretty popular with other people, so you take it with you?
A bit of both, really. I've warmed up to it a little bit, but at the same time, I feel that I like to play it with people who are not really into gaming, because they're not going to play it like too strategically. When people start playing it like with heavy strategy involved, that's when I kind of lose a little bit of interest in it, because
I got you. That makes sense.
I think it's a game just meant to be fun, like just have a laugh, try and guess.
Yeah.
But people take it like when they play quite strategically and then you guess wrong, the only fault is really on you. And some people can take that a bit seriously, I think. So
I
don't
see.
really do that aspect of it, but the aspect of it just being a fun family game, a guessing game, is awesome. And I totally respect and realize why it's so popular and why so many people like it, because you can play it with anyone. They don't have to be any type of gamer. You can play it with young kids, like it's just anyone. It's a super fun game, and I'm really looking forward to see Codenames pictures.
That sounds like a cool direction for the game to go.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll get to see that at the UK Games Expo, but I don't know whether they're going to have any copies there or not to show. So yeah, I'll see what happens there.
Yeah,
but I think that's about. Well, yeah, I played Tanabe as well, which we only played it 2-player, because the other person that was there didn't like the sound of it and just wanted to see how it played. Kind of odd. But when we played it, we almost actually completed it and like got all the cards of all the colors, and made an abbey, I guess, or the firework display. So yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to playing it sort of 3 or 4 players. And I mean, I played that game as kind of like the warm up to get into gaming, for that day, and it was blowing my mind. Like they were, I was just like, oh, what cards were these again? You said these 3 were green. Did I move the card? I don't think I moved the card. Like I was kind of stressing myself out a little bit, but in a fun way. And I was just kind of laughing at myself the whole way through it, like, oh, I can't believe I just played that after he specifically told me that those cards were green, and I forgot.
I've never played Hanabi, and it's one of those games that I feel like I would have to play it before I'd ever buy it, just because I'm not so sure how I feel about it, just based on the description of it. But everybody seems to like it, though. I don't really know a whole lot of people that have negative things to say about it. So
it's definitely a fun little game. It really is, and I think you and the wife would quite like it. So I think I know your tastes quite well when it comes to little games like that. So I think you used to would definitely enjoy playing it.
Cool, good stuff.
So the only other thing I really wanted to talk about today was, or me anyway. I don't know if do you want anything else you want to bring up, Baker?
I mean, no, I was kind of interested in hearing about the UK Games Expo, just because I have to live vicariously through people when it comes to expos at this point. So now, are you going to be actually filming video at the expo?
Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get like just a bunch of random footage with the people that I'm going down with, and make a little bit of a collaboration about that. And also, I would like to get. I mean, I've got one interview set up for like an actual time scale, but I've spoken to about 8 or 9 different games companies who if I don't catch them at the press preview on the Friday morning, I will catch them throughout the weekend.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool as well, because they've I wasn't really sure like, oh, who's all going to be there. The map on the website is kind of hard to read because it's so big. There's so many different vendors there. I know there's double the amount of vendors there this year than there was last year.
Whoa, wow.
So it's going to be absolutely massive.
How many people normally attend this thing? Like, as far as not vendors, but people that show up to it?
I think it's 15 to 20,000. So
that's a pretty big event then. Wow.
Yeah, it's the largest gaming convention / expo in the UK. So nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting a bunch of people down there. Gil Hova reached out to me and wants to meet up after, because I reviewed Bad Medicine like ages ago, and he wants to show me his new game, The Networks. Groblin Games reached out to me.
I've heard about the networks. That one looks pretty cool. Or, I mean, sounds pretty cool. I haven't actually seen anything on it, but I've heard about it frequently on podcasts.
It sounds interesting. So I like the idea of it as well, being like a TV company.
Right, yeah.
So it's a totally different theme to what I've ever seen before. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Groblin Games wants to show me their new game, Perfect Crime, I believe it's called. The artwork looks kind of sick. There's another company that I just spoke to this morning. Sorry about this. Brain Games, who are releasing a game called Ice Cool, which is like a dexterity game that they want me to check out as well. So, cool. And obviously I'll be going to see Paul at the CGE booth. Tom Vassell and Sam Healy's going to be there. I think they're going to do like a show this week as well about the UK Games Expo. Brett was telling me, so that'll be interesting to watch and see what they're actually going to talk about. Well, I believe it'll probably be next week now, given that it's Friday today. But yeah, they're supposed to be doing a show about the UK Games Expo before they go. They're also doing a live show there as well. So I'll be looking forward to go and watch that and see what happens. And there's just a load of other things happening. There's like X-Wing tournaments going on, which I'm definitely not going to take part in because you know how miniature gamers can be. But I would like to go and watch. I would like to go check.
Miniature gamers are
They're definitely the most calmest people I've ever met.
Well, it's because you know what it is because the rules make it where a fraction of an inch can change whether you win or lose a game, and
fraction of a millimeter, Baker.
Yeah.
Fraction of a millimeter.
Oh, right. I apologize. Yes, fraction of a millimeter. Is that how you pronounce it? Millimeter.
Millimeter. It could be since you guys say things like aluminum and oregano. So yeah.
How are you supposed to say aluminum?
Aluminium.
What? Aluminium? Are you kidding me? Please tell me. Is that what?
That's what it is. You guys spelled it wrong.
Aluminium?
Aluminium.
You know that's like most of the time if I'm talking to somebody that lives over there in Scotland, Ireland, England, wherever, and the English language works pretty well, our version versus y'all's version. But if you were to say that to me in a conversation, I would literally have no idea what you just said. And I would have to stop and go, what? Unless it was like in the context of you're holding a Coke can and you're like, I'm going to go throw my aluminium can away. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, now I understand what just said. But Jesus, wow, okay. That's way out there. What was the other one you said? Oh, oregano? How are you supposed to say that?
It's oregano.
You're pulling my leg. That is not how you say it.
Your leg, man. I'm definitely not pulling your leg.
Oregano?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to have to do today? I'm going to YouTube Scottish, Irish, and British people saying aluminum. You almost had me saying aluminium. Aluminum and really see how they say
aluminum.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry. That was a bit of a rabbit trail. Back to what were we talking about?
I've kind of lost track. UK Games Expo and just stuff that's going on. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on. I'm really excited to get down, and I'm really excited to film a little, just film some interviews, some people talking, like selling their new games, and I'm kind of excited about doing like a little collaboration as well with like all the people that we're going down with. Just like us just wandering around, doing stuff, sitting playing some games, sitting eating some lunch, just random. Like I'm gonna make it kind of short and sweet, but I think it'll be an enjoyable video for the channel as well. So,
well, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see some content coming out on your channel from the Games Expo because that'd be really cool. I didn't realize I thought you were just going down there to hang out, but you're actually gonna be working. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've not like booked too much. The reason I've not like scheduled any exact times is because I have a feeling like time will get away from us a little bit, and we'll end up running around. And there's so many games that I want to play when I'm down there, and at the same time, we want to chill and have a laugh, and go and have a beer and just all that as well. So I definitely don't just want to be like running around ragged, like overbooking stuff.
That's definitely something you got to be careful whenever you're going to something like that, I guess, because you want to be sure you could actually enjoy your time there too.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's why I've only really arranged I'll probably say about 10 different companies to meet up with, different companies or different designers. And I've only scheduled one time for one of them because that's going to be probably one of the busiest booths there. Other than that, I'm just going to go with the flow, stop by, say hi, all that stuff. And I hope for like the interviews slash pitches for some of the games that they're going to show is not going to last great amounts of time. I'm kind of aiming for like a 2 to 4 minute mark.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the videos aren't going to be like super long, but it'll just be like us at the Games Expo. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Starting to get like anxious about it because I always get anxious before large crowds. But if anyone watches this, if anybody watches this and sees me, just come up and say hi, introduce yourself. I'm not going to have a panic attack. I just wanted to point that out. So,
you'll actually help him get over his fear of big crowds. So you'll be doing
of course. So yeah, I'm super stoked about it. And of course, Baker, you are not going to Dice TowerCon now, are you?
I'm not. Yep. No, I had some stuff come up, and that week was no longer available, and so returned my tickets, which I'm sure I made somebody on the waiting list, several people on the waiting list, very happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will make hopefully maybe next year. I will have enough subscribers to legitimately get a press pass to some cons, which would be pretty cool, but we'll see. But yeah, next year will be when I finally start making it to some cons because I desperately want to go to a few because they seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I would love you to be able to get across and come to the UK Games Expo one year as well.
Yeah.
That would be awesome because then you can like check out, like you could come like for like 2 or 3 days before, and we could like check out Scotland, and then we'll drive down to the Games Expo and stuff. That'd be awesome.
I have always wanted to go to Scotland because that is that's where my people hail from. Well, most of them anyway. So,
yeah, man, it'd be great to have you over. Honestly, it really would. I was actually talking to my wife the other day. I was like, if Baker ever makes it over here, I'm going to get him so wasted and just put him
It won't take much, man. Let me tell you, back in my heyday, I could have thrown him back pretty good with you, but these days it wouldn't take much. I'm a lightweight these days.
So yeah, I am going to do that and then throw you in a castle and just drive off and come back an hour later. And
sure. Oh, hey, that'd be fine. I would, as long as I don't get arrested for being in the castle, I'll be fine because I would. Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Yeah, you're allowed to just wander around the castles.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I'll go find I assume there'd be a suit of armor somewhere in the castle. I would go put that on.
No, I mean this is Scotland, so everyone that like clan periods and everything got like burnt down and trashed. So they're more like historical ruins than anything else. But they're still very interesting.
Man. Well, I would. What was that guy's name? That was the guy that betrayed William Wallace, the Bruce. All I know about that time period in Scotland, I learned from watching Braveheart. So I'm trying to remember.
Braveheart. They did the Battle of Stirling Bridge, but they didn't have a bridge. They just fought on a massive grassy field.
Wait! You say it in real life? There was a bridge that they ignored and just put it on a field in the movie.
The battle is called the Battle of Stirling Bridge.
And is this which battle in the movie? Is that the first one where William Wallace like rallies them and they actually win, or is it the end when he dies, or not dies, but when he gets betrayed?
I think it's like the second one. Okay. I think it's like one of the second fights in there.
You know what I should do? I need to research that and see all the historical inaccuracies in that movie.
Yeah, well, the reason it was called the Battle of Stirling Bridge is because they literally had a massive army, way bigger than Scotland's army, and they weakened the bridge before they got there. And when they started trampling over with all their big heavy armor and their horses, the bridge collapsed and knocked out like a quarter of their army straight away.
You'd think they'd want to put that in the movie because that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty main part. I mean, the thing is, it's like we were always like outnumbered, big style.
Yeah.
We didn't have armor, we didn't have the weapons, so we thought up like different tactics. There was a guy, I forget his name, but he came up with basically all. I forgot his name now, but he came up with pretty much all the tactics that.
William Wallace.
No, it wasn't him.
He did all the great things for y'all, according to American history. William Wallace.
He was a lord's son. He wasn't as poor as everyone made him out to be.
You're telling me that he didn't do all the amazing things for you in your history?
Oh no, he led. But he didn't. He like it was his battle strategic guy. I can't even think of his name that came up with most of the plans. So yeah, it's it's a total jumble around. However, still a good film and creates a lot of tourism for Scotland, right? So
yeah, there's that. No, I obviously I know that like movies like that have all kinds of inaccuracies in them. I'm trying to remember the one that I watched just recently that is supposed to be like kind of a historical film, but then there's a ton of stuff in it that where they took liberties with it just to make the story work better. I was just reading up on one, but I can't. Anyway, whatever. I can't remember what it is. I'll think of it right after we end the live feed. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we just mean to go off in these random tangents sometimes.
Oh, that's part of what makes this show great.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about, Baker. Unless you've got anything else you want to talk about.
Oh, did you start playing Pandemic Legacy yet, or was that Azrael I was talking to?
Yeah, I have started playing it.
How deep into it are you?
5 or 6 games in.
Nice. What are you thinking so far?
Awesome.
Yeah.
We are. I think we're going into May or no. I think we're going into June.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
we have one game left. We
barely lost any because we're experts. So.
Oh well, good for you. Yeah, we went through a pretty significant losing streak at one point. But yeah, we have one game left before we'll be done. You know what we should do is once you've made it all the way through it, we should have a spoiler cast where we just talk about the whole game on the live feed.
Yeah, I'm game for that, and I could hopefully get a couple of the other guys that I'm playing it with to get involved as well in the live feed, and then we could just have a big old chat about it. Like that sounds pretty good. Yeah,
as long as nobody talks about aluminium, we'll be all right.
Oh, well, you pronounced it right. Sweet.
Right. I'm just gonna start saying it that way from now on, and I'm gonna insist that everybody I know pronounce it that way as well because it is the correct way.
Yeah, your guys' language is actually messed up. You guys can't even spell color, so.
There's no purpose in that you being there, Georgie. No reason for that. I do have to say that I don't know why we had to take a word like, hey, I'm going to go get on the lift. Why we had to create a larger word for that elevator. Just stick with lift. It's only 4 letters. You'd think we want to, as Americans, we want to do whatever was the quickest, easiest thing to do. But no, we go with elevator. That one I don't understand. However, I still believe that flat is a stupid word for an apartment. I'm just putting that out there. That it's not even flat. I don't understand, Jordy.
It's just what we use. Apartment is too much syllables. So.
There are a lot of syllables in apartment. Again, I don't know why we did that either, because you normally do try to go the easiest route, but
that's probably why.
It's like we Germanized the words. It's like, yeah, we're gonna just add 18 extra syllables because that's how our language works.
Pretty much. I think you guys just want it to be separate. Anyway, before we get into a massive slagging match, I think we'll end it there. It was a rather short episode today with a lot of random chat because of a couple of we had a few guests lined up, but they ended up falling by the wayside. Paul was very kindly going to jump in at the last minute there and just be involved in our chat as well, but he's doing a load of stuff right now.
Yeah, he's got a big thing, a big proofreading thing on his platter right now.
Yeah, so. And he's obviously trying to prepare for next week as well. But I thank him greatly for even attempting and thinking about jumping in. So thanks for that, Paul. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Beards and Board Games and Board Offline, Board Online. Other than that, I hope to see you all at the UK Games Expo, and I hope to annoy Baker some more in the coming weeks. So
Yes.
I'll catch you guys.